NinjaTrader Indicator Warehouse. Today we are going to cover the OmniTimer, the last timing indicator you'll ever need. Not only does the OmniTimer allow you to set timers for any chart parameters, from time charts to range charts to volume charts to tick charts, but it also allows you to set a warning, both visual and audio, to tell you when the time is about to expire. The OmniTrader will allow you to get earlier entries on market signals, giving you better, higher probability entries at a better price, and better price means bigger profits. Alright, let's take a look at how to set up your OmniTimer. Go to your indicator panel and select OmniTimer from the assortment of indicators. Apply it to the window, and let's take a look at the different parameters that the OmniTimer has available. The first parameter is the timer type. This is perhaps the most important of the parameter variables, and it has to do with the type of chart you're looking at. In this case, by default, it is set up for a time chart. Time charts would be time-based charts like a 1 minute or a 5 minute, 15-minute chart. But you're also able to select from the pull-down menu the other different charting styles. For this particular example, let's take a look at a tick chart. The other settings are pretty much default. Calculate bar on close, that false is the default setting there. Input series, this just refers to the chart that we'll be looking at. It will be an E-mini 500 tick chart. The rest of these settings are pretty much default settings. Let's take a look at the parameter settings itself for your OmniTimer. And you'll see that these setting parameters are set up according to the different type of chart that you are looking at. For a range chart, by default, you will get your audio alert at 1% when 1% of the range is remaining. Tick charts are by default set to 10%. Time charts by default are set to 20 seconds. Now this is assuming you are looking at a minute-based chart. Volume is also percentage-based, and it will activate the audio alert when there is 20% of the volume remaining. Down here you can select how your OmniTimer warning will look and sound. The font size for the normal size is by default set at 10, and then it will double when you get into your warning period. Your labels here will be percentage labels for those chart styles that require a percentage label, or time remaining for your charts when they are set on a time basis. Your time charts will also reflect the time in hours, minutes, and seconds. And you can see here that you can set your parameters according to whatever chart style that you would choose to see. Your warning level is by default set to 20. Now this could either be 20% on a percentage-based chart or 20 seconds on a time-based chart. And what this warning level does, when it activates the OmniTimer and lets you know that the time period is about to expire. So for the chart that we're looking at, a tick chart, I'm going to set the alert, the audio alert, for 20%, and I'll have the warning level come on at 25%. So when the market gets down to 25% of the remaining ticks for that particular bar, then the OmniTimer will activate. Press apply to apply your settings, and then we can close the window. Alright, let's take a look at the OmniTimer in action, and you can see that in the lower right hand corner you have your time countdown, or in this case it's a percentage countdown because we are set on tick timer. So the OmniTimer is recording ticks on our 500 tick chart, and it is counting down how many ticks are remaining on this particular bar. Now, why is that important? Well, that's important because by knowing how close the bar is to completion, you will know how strong the signal is that you're receiving. If you're looking at a particular market formation or generating a particular signal from an indicator, by knowing how much is remaining on this particular bar, you will know whether or not the bar is likely to move in your favor or to move against you. Obviously, you wouldn't want to take a position with, say, 75 or 80% remaining on the bar, but if there's only 20 or 15% remaining on the bar, then you'll be able to take that signal with a lot more confidence. And with our OmniTimer, we have it set so that at 25%, when there's 25% remaining on the bar, the OmniTimer activates, and you can see that we get the larger print, and at 20% we also get an audio signal. So you can set this font to any size you want. If you want it to be even larger or louder, the OmniTimer allows you to set up in the setup panel however you would like. But you can see that between the audio and the visual that you get a very clear signal of how much is remaining on the particular bar that is forming at any particular point in time. And as I mentioned, this works on all chart styles, whether a tick chart, which is what we're looking at here, or a range chart, volume charts, and time charts. The OmniTimer will respond in the same fashion, alerting you to when this particular bar is about to complete. And that concludes our presentation of the very versatile OmniTimer. And remember, whether you are day trading the E-mini S&P, other futures contracts, or Forex, Indicator Warehouse will help you get more profit from your online trading and technical analysis efforts. Thank you again for joining us.